we go. And we will fill for a minute. 14's been trapped by a lap cat and can't reach his pizza puzzle anymore. No! If I had the capability, I would send you the comic strip about the cops and the cat and the skeleton. But I've probably put it in the Discord a couple times before, so it's fine.
I think I can guess how the joke goes.
Yeah. The cops come in and they find a skeleton sitting there with a cat on it, and like, he just couldn't get up. And then he goes, Frank, and he turns, and then his buddy is sitting down and has a cat on him, and he's like, no! Hey, Dirk just resubbed. Look at him.
Awesome.
For 11 months on a 6-month streak. Sick. Thanks, buddy.
Takes me like darn near forever to go in. It's like every time I swear, Twitch has, okay, if you're gonna do your free sub, make sure you do this, and it's like, okay, I think I got it. And then a month later, I'm like, how? Wait a second, I swear I did this, and you read the instructions, it says do this, and I do that, and it goes, no, you can't do that. But it takes me a little while to figure out how in the world you're supposed to resub. And it happens to me every month.
I think they move it around, or at least they have. Because I've gone to sub to someone with my Prime sub, and I'm like,
I don't doubt that.
Like, how do I?
Because every time I swear that Prime sub is somewhere different.
I can't figure out how to. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. Hang on, there it is. Okay, sub.
It's like this time I clicked a box and I said, it was like, okay, and in a month it's gonna be, oh, you have to go and go on this scavenger hunt with this Ouija board.
Dude, shut up. They might be listening. We're on their platform right now. They can hear you. I mean, what? Hey, chat, are there any planeswalkers in this set?
Yeah, there's Chandra and Soren.
Oh, there we go. I was down in multicolor, and I'm like, wow, there's nothing. I forgot we had monocolored planeswalkers. And we talked about Soren last week, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because he's all sexy and miserable. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's standing outside the party with the drink like,
This is so macabre.
And macabre was so last century. Psh. All right, then. Well, here we go. Ow, jam. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mana Pool. This is, I think I forgot to change the number. I did forget to change the number. I highlighted it, and then I forgot to change it. Because I got sidetracked putting up the 404.
oh well.
There we go. Okay, all better. I caught it at the beginning, not before the show, unfortunately, but now it's got the right number on it. So this is episode 637 in a row of the Mana Pool. And I am Chewy. And look, give me a break for missing that because I've had a hell of a day.
It was.
With me, as always, are some dorks. So, hey, dorks, who are you?
Brian's missing, so I'm going first. I'm Mike, I'm the rules guy and the game lore guy.
And I'm Dirk, the self-proclaimed greenest man alive and moral compass of the group. And because Brian's not here, we don't have a witty thing to go into.
Yeah. Brian, messaged us at 7, I think, and said, yep, still in court. So Brian is having also a hell of a day. Considering any day that Brian is in court, he's tired. So Brian's going to be useless for about 4 days, I think, after this. I didn't even know court was possible that late.
Think so either.
Yeah, me neither. I have heard of Night Court, but I didn't think they did that around here.
Oh, that was a hell of a show. No? Didn't watch Night Court?
I think I've only seen like one episode tops, and that was a long time ago.
Oh, man, Night Court was great. With, I cannot think of any of the actors' names now.
Oh, yeah.
Arquette's one of them.
What?
The
Harry Anderson was
yeah.
the judge. Larroquette. I'm like, John Leguizamo? No, it's a different long L name. John Larroquette, Marky Post, Charles Robinson, Richard Mole, Marsha Warfield. Yeah, hell yeah. Always love Night Court. But anyway, this is not the Night Court show. This is the second Crimson Vow show. But yeah, Brian sent us a message just before 8 o'clock and said, I'm finally done. I'm not making it tonight. And I assume he hasn't had dinner or anything at that point, and he's in Greensboro. Way. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you don't get, almost certainly you don't get Brian this week, because I doubt he'll go home and eat and be like, all right, let's hop on the podcast. Yeah, no. But if he does, I will be like, whoa.
Yeah.
But anyway, so chat and listeners and everybody. By the way, listeners, did you know you can totally go to twitch.tv/themanapool on Thursday nights, usually around 8 or 8:30 Eastern time? And you can watch us live if we're, doing a show that week. And if we're not doing a show that week, we might still be doing a show that week. Because sometimes we do the just chatting streams.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can be in the chat and, talk to us.
Yeah, just chat with us.
Yeah. Well, for the shows, too. Look, there's a chat right there. But anyway. Also, you can go to patreon.com/themanapool and become a lifeguard. Look, Mike's in the chat. Wow.
Yay.
So, yes, Crimson Vow. Previews ended today, which means the full set will be up tomorrow, which means it's not up in the card image gallery now. So, that's okay. There are so many cards that we don't have time to do them all, or interest to do them all anyway. So should we just jump in and talk about Chandra? Because she was revealed, I think, Friday, naturally, because we did the show on Thursday. So there she was.
Of course.
So, Chandra dressed to kill, because nothing less than ill. When we dress to kill, and every time the ladies pass, they'd be like, hi, Will. And I'm like, who's Will? I'm Chewy. And they're like, we weren't talking to you, scrub. That started out as Miami lyrics and turned into something else entirely. Just my own insecurities. So, Chandra dressed to kill for 1 red. Is a legendary Chandra with 3 loyalty, which, is not bad for 3 mana.
Yeah, that's good.
For +1, you add a red mana, and then Chandra pings a player or planeswalker.
Cool.
So, doesn't do anything to protect yourself, but it is red mana and knocks a loyalty off a planeswalker, or I guess a damage is also fine. And for 3 mana, that seems alright. Her second ability is another +1. Exile the top card of your library. If it's red, you may cast it this turn. Ooh.
Yeah, so if you already have cards, the first +1 helps you play those cards. If you need some more, the second +1 gets you one.
And since you're playing red, surely it's something that'll help you protect Chandra. And then her limit break. Okay, I've never read this card, actually. I've just looked at the pretty pictures. Because she is in her wedding finery, and it's pretty baller. But her limit break is exile the top 5 cards of your library. You may cast red spells from among them this turn. Okay. You get an emblem with, whenever you cast a red spell, this emblem deals X damage to any target where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Holy crap. Any target.
Wow. Yeah, that's really good. So of course, if you're being aggressive, any target will be your opponent's head, but...
As if you run out of other targets.
Yeah, if you're less than aggressive, then that's a great way to control the board.
Like, seriously. Like, if every 2-mana creature is a shock, like, who? Like, my brain has to get back into Magic mode, even though I don't actually play Hearthstone anymore. You know, creatures and spells are separate in, like, every other game.
Yeah.
But in this one, everything is a spell, pretty much. Yes, I know some lands... Shut up. But you have to cast a creature spell, and my brain just clicked. I was like, oh, that's way better. Huh. I mean, yes, chat. You could choose your own dome if you really wanted to. I don't recommend it, but, you know, you do you. Live your life. I don't know you. I don't know your life.
It's any target be like, that land. I can't deal damage to that land. But I'm targeting that land.
I said the land. This is getting into the kid pointing at the Platinum Angel story.
Yeah. And just to make it clear to people listening that we do understand the rules. We are aware that any target is short for target creature,
legal
or player,
target,
or planeswalker.
Yeah. So I've got the variant excuse me, the variant Chandra on screen now, where she's in like serious finery.
Oh yeah, that's a really good one. I like it a lot.
Yeah, look at this. Is there another version?
Let's look.
If there is, it's not in the variant gallery just yet. But yeah. Wait. Chet said, hang on, Teferi. I can't go to the vampire wedding dressed like this. I need my formal goggles. She does still have her goggles on. Are those goggles in her alternate, or is that like a tiara? I can't tell.
It's hard to tell.
Let's see if I can find Chandra Dress to Kill. Images. Ooh, this is... Oh my god, this is beautiful. Whoa, no, that's smaller. I want bigger. No, bigger. Open image in new tab. That's not bigger. Oh, here's a close-up of her head. Okay. Open image in new tab. Haha. Chat, can you see this? Okay, good. Sort of, kind of. So then we're going to zoom in. I don't think those are goggles in this art.
Okay.
I guess I should send that to you guys too, huh? There we go. I'll drop it in the chat too.
It's really hard to tell. It could be a tiara. It could be some avant-garde sunglasses. I don't know. It's probably a tiara.
Yeah, I'd say it's a tiara, but it's reminiscent of her goggled face.
Yeah, where the flames are is why it's hard to tell. But now let's get the full art here. Copy. Oh, wait, no, I don't need to. Well, I can copy for you guys. This one I just need to drag over here so chat can see it. Look at that. That is awesome.
That is a person who is in a room full of vampires and says, "You're more than welcome to look, but if you touch me, you will not live to regret that."
I like the way when I did a search for Chandra Dress to Kill, that's the art that comes up first. Let's see. I can't find full art of the original, just the cropped version that you can see here. I don't have the full art anywhere.
Does it come up if you had the artist name?
I don't know. I'm checking. Ah, here we go. If I add the word art, I get it. Weirdly enough. It's not great, but, you know, it works. Yeah, there we go. Give that to you. And you know what, Chad? You get all the art. There we go. I didn't realize she was actually attacking a vampire. Oh, it's because you can't really tell in the art unless you happen to notice that's a nose, which I did not.
Yeah, I wouldn't have seen it either.
So yeah, I like the way this is like just a slightly more formal version of her normal outfit, but the variant art is formal.
Yeah. Full on ball gown.
Yeah. She's like, oh, hang on, let me spruce this up for the wedding. She's still got the tubes and I guess the coolant system. I don't know what all that is.
It's some kind of regulator system so the mana inside of her doesn't go all crazy. It helps her control her magic.
Well, there you go then. But anyway, so that's Chandra. Definitely digging the art. She is, in fact, nothing less than ill. Oh, Donovan Main said, you know, dress tubes for the wedding. Exactly. Silly me. But yeah, I dig the card. I don't know if you'll ever make it to the limit break ever, but you know, that's fine. All right, well, that gets the easy one out of the way. Now what?
Did you go through the mythics?
Yeah, we could hit up those.
Sure.
Let's see.
Ooh, there's one in white.
The cemetery protector.
Yeah, what's she do? Besides
So
look
two and
terrifying.
2/1. Do what?
I said besides look terrifying.
For 2 and 2 white, I guess it's a she, is a human soldier that's a 3/4 with flash.
Anytime you see a white card with flash, you know there's a problem.
When Ceremony Protector enters the battlefield, exile a card from a graveyard. A graveyard. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, if it shares a card type with the exile card, create a 1/1 white human creature token.
Huh. That seems good.
Yeah.
Shares a card type, so if you're playing a creature heavy deck, you pick a creature.
Which
if you're playing enchantment,
if you're playing her in white, yeah, probably. It's gonna be creatures.
I don't know. I have an enchantment heavy deck that would, be like, yeah, I'm gonna exile an enchantment.
Oh, I was thinking in like standard or limited, but yeah, outside of that, Just a nice way to get extra dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like her. Chat says this is part of a cycle. Oh. That's terrifying.
Is it like a protector cycle?
Really?
I assume that's the chat was talking about this. Might not have been.
Okay.
There's that delay between when someone reacts to something I said, and then by the time it gets there, and then by the time I see it. So yeah, 3/4 with flash for 4 that exiles a card from her graveyard is like already good. And then also get free dudes. Yup. Dig it. Okay. Not much else to say there, huh?
No.
Okay, we did the Savior of Allenbach.
Yes, we did.
That's hard to say. Allenbach.
I was trying to look for something else to remind myself of something like, where is it? Oh my god, I know we talked about it last time. But then I remembered that they have the double face cards separated from the rest of everything.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying is, hey, dummy.
Yes.
You want to talk about the Hallowed Haunting as well?
The what?
Hallowed Haunting is also a mythic.
Oh, I completely missed that.
I missed that too.
Yeah, go for it.
So Hallowed Haunting for 2 and 2 white. It's an enchantment that's mythic. As long as you control 7 or more enchantments, creatures you control have flying and vigilance.
Ooh.
And whenever you cast an enchantment spell, create a white spirit cleric creature token with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of spirits you control.
Okay, that's weird. So you've got to balance. Like, clearly it's meant to work with both sides of. What is that damn mechanic?
The new Disturb.
Disturb, yeah, there we go.
Mm-hmm. Right, because in this set, there's spirits on the front and auras
on the back, yeah. But, like, it's going to be interesting to try to balance that. Probably worth, because giving all of your dudes evasion and vigilance seems great. And I guess you don't even need the first part, honestly, because if you've got a couple of spirits out, then the second part of this card just gets better and better and better. Like, my brain was ready for equal to the number of enchantments you control, and I was like, damn, and then it said spirits, and my brain said, what? Yeah.
I mean, it's still good, even without any help from other spirits in the deck, if you're just going enchantments.
That is true. You just get even if you only get one at a time, every time you cast an enchantment, you get a 1/1. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you might get another one, and then they're both 2/2s. Sure. Neat. Okay, some more. There was one in blue. Did we do Necroduality?
I don't think so.
Okay, what's that do?
Yeah, so this is an enchantment for 3 and a blue. Whenever a non-token zombie enters the battlefield under your control, create a token that's a copy of that creature.
Whoa. Geralf is just not playing. Geralf? I don't know how the hell you say his name.
I would usually say Geralf.
Okay. Because the English language is crap. Because if it ended with a D, he'd be Gerald. But Geralf doesn't feel right. Oh, he's right above. Okay, what's he do? Geralf, Visionary Stitcher. He's a Visionary Stitcher. He's not like one of the normal Stitchers. He is pushing the boundaries of stitching. For 2 and a blue is a 1/4 legendary human wizard who is rare. Zombies you control have flying. That is in fact Visionary. What the hell?
But what if they could fly?
Look, we've already seen movies where what if they could run, and that the answer to that is, will everyone die?
Pretty much.
So pay a blue, tap, sacrifice another non-token creature to create an XX blue zombie creature token where X is the sacrifice creature's toughness. Oh crap.
And there's an interesting little toughness sub-theme in this set.
Well, that explains a card we'll get to later then.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a... Anyway, we'll get to that. This card is cool. Wow, he is a Visionary. I was cracking jokes, but... Huh. And then the flavor text is... Do you like it, sister? Its dreadful visage was inspired by your own. Apparently, he and Gisa do not get along terribly well.
No.
And are forever sniping at each other. He's like, look, I made an ugly zombie. It looks just like you. And she's like, grow up, Geralf. And he's like, yeah, I know you are, but what am I?
Nah, they're pretty much on the same level.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, balls. Does she have a card? We'll get to her if so.
Not in... I scrolled down real quick to mono black. Not that I saw.
Why is chat saying butts, butts, butts? Oh, toughness sub-theme. Okay, got it. Oh, she was in the last set.
Oh, that's right. That's
right. Oh,
right.
right. Okay, you're right. Okay, then. So yeah, Geralf is cool. Necroduality is kind of gross with zombies. Luckily, it says non-token, so you don't get doubles from the crap Geralf makes. But the crap Geralf makes has flying, so, you know.
Yeah. Well, I guess the copy, if you have both Geralf and Necroduality, then the ones Necroduality makes also have flying, so...
Oh, God. Shut up, Mike. I was going to be able to sleep tonight. Oh, yeah, here's another cemetery card. So not like a full cycle.
Okay.
So probably not a cycle then, but just cards that are related. The word cycle means something very specific in Magic. So, okay, what's the cemetery desecrator do? Okay, I'll read it. For 4 black. For 4 black is a 4/4 mythic zombie with menace. When it enters the battlefield or dies, exile another card from a graveyard. When you do, choose one. When it enters the battlefield or dies. Okay, you either remove X counters from target permanent, where X is the mana value of the exiled card. Ooh. Okay. Target permanent. Wow, that counts loyalty counters, which is obviously the most obvious thing, but that just remove counters. That's a lot. Or target creature an opponent controls gets -X until end of turn, where X is the mana value of the exiled card. So removal or for creatures or planeswalkers, essentially.
Yeah.
I like the way remove counters is exactly the same as removing toughness from a creature. Huh.
There's a new mechanic that has counters as well.
Yeah, but that's not going to probably pile up that many on training.
Never know.
Still useful, though, because
It's
Any
versatile.
anytime you remove or you exile a card from a well, anytime you play or lose the Cemetery Desecrator, you could be like, your dude there is not big anymore. Stop that. Nice. I like this card.
Yeah.
Chat says it's a full cycle of cemetery cards. So I guess the blue one's just not here yet then, if that's the case, because there's nothing here. Gotcha. All right, what else we got in black that's mythic-y?
It's not mythic-y, but there's a really quality joke in the flavor text of Dying to Serve.
Okay, what's that?
So the card is a rare enchantment for 2 and a black that says whenever you discard 1 or more cards, create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. So that's cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. But so this is a quote from Olivia Voldaren. She says, "I used to have hired hands, but I discovered they make better waitstaff with the rest of the body attached."
Jesus Christ. Boo. That's awful. Lord. Wait a minute. While we're in black, hey Dirk,
Mm-hmm.
check out the Blood Vial Purveyor.
Blood Vial Purveyor. So for 2 and 2 black is a rare vampire that's a 5/6
A
flying-
5/6 for 4.
with flying and trample.
Yup.
Like, okay, this guy's got to have something on him. When an opponent casts a spell, that player creates a blood token. Whenever Blood Vial Purveyor attacks, it gets +1/+0 for each blood token defending player controls.
Wait, Mike almost said it.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers must have come from somewhere. They must have play tested it, and this made sense. It just feels like that's. It just feels like there's not really a drawback here.
Yeah.
Like,
Mike didn't catch it
'cause-
either, chat. Yeah, this card is insane. Because I was like, oh, there's the downside. They get blood. And then, oh, okay, this thing gets buffed thanks to the blood. And it's already a 5/6 of flying and trample. But that's, as ridiculous as that is, that's not why I wanted to talk about this card. There are words this card doesn't say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oops.
It says when it attacks, it gets +1/+0 for each blood token defending player controls. It does not say until end of turn. The problem with that is it's supposed to say until end of turn, so that's going to be some day 0 errata. So on Arena, it'll be fine. But this is yet another time when WotC screwed up a card with something simple. And that is disappointing.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the until end of turn could still get left off nowadays.
Yeah. Now, I think maybe the downside that they were going for here is it lets your opponent, remember blood lets you rummage. And so they get to discard cards, get things into the graveyard, and draw more cards.
Yeah, but it takes the mana to do it.
It takes the mana to do it, and like if they don't have a deck where having things in the graveyard is a bonus, then it's just sort of, I mean, it's still card selection, but you have to discard first, so it's not, of course, It's nowhere near as good as looting. But how in God's name did they manage to print a 5/6 flying trampler for 4 with minimal drawback? I just can't even. And then forget to put words on the card.
Mm-hmm. I imagine there's got to be somebody who proofreads these cards who goes, you do understand this is what this does. Do you guys mean to include it this way? You know, kind of as the proofreader.
Oh, I'm sure
Well, if someone had brought that up, then it would have been fixed. I think this was just a case of someone had already seen the words until end of turn a million times and didn't notice it wasn't here.
Just assumed.
Yeah, someone in chat said, I've read it 3 times and my brain inserts until end of turn. I'm like, yeah, but it's not your job to catch that stuff.
I mean, my brain didn't insert the words, but that's what the rest of my brain understood the effect to be.
Exactly, yeah. Like, if they were to have... I forgot I took my hair out of the ponytail, so I just freaked out when I went to play with my ponytail, and I only got, like, a little wisp of hair. I was like, oh, okay, we're good. But, I saw someone on Twitter say... because Matt Tabak tweeted out, hey, yeah, we're going to have to errata this. I saw someone respond with something like, it would save card real estate if you could just say until end of turn in the rules, because the vast majority of effects like this are until end of turn.
Well, yeah, because otherwise they'd be major
memory problems. Yeah. Although... with them pushing more for
counters. Yeah,
with them pushing more for digital things like the whatever digital only stuff that's a permanent +2/+2, it's not going to be long before, you know, that becomes the norm. But like, it would make sense in the rules to just have until end of turn be understood. And that would save, you know, those 4 words of real estate on every card.
Yeah, it'd be confusing for new players, especially ones who have any familiarity with digital games.
There's also that, but it's Magic. Everything is confusing for new players, so
And they're trying to avoid that.
Are they, though?
Well, they say they
are. Okay. They also say, oh, we didn't sell out. Yeah, okay. But yeah, so this card is stupid for multiple reasons. Like, its stats for cost are just broken. And they misprinted it. Whoops. Which I don't understand either of those aspects of this card. And it's just rare. How do you have a 5/6 flying trample for 4? What? Anyway.
I don't know. Unless the removal is really good. That seems like it would be really obnoxious and limited.
Yeah, it's one of those, oh, I guess I win.
Yeah.
But anyway. Okay, back to the Mythic King. Oh, God, we've got a slug.
That is an incredibly ugly slug as well.
You say that like that's not every slug ever. Has there ever been an attractive slug? Like, there was the racing snail from Neverending Story, but nobody in Neverending Story was attractive. I mean, except for, like...
Artax.
Artax is dead, Mike. Let it go. Oh, wait. No, I guess Artax got brought back. Never mind. But, like, the only attractive people in the Neverending Story were the childlike Empress and Atreyu. Everyone else was just like... Buh.
Rejects of Jim.
The Rockbiter were hot. Yeah, all right. And the Rockbiter, fine. And Falcor, fine. And the Sphinx statues with the boobies out, fine. Anyway, somebody read the slug.
The slug is Toxrill the Corrosive. For 5 black, a 7/7 legendary slug horror. At the beginning of each end step, each end step. Okay, I didn't see that the first time.
Yeah.
Put a slime counter on each creature you don't control. Creatures you don't control get -1/-1 for each slime counter on them. And whenever a creature you don't control with a slime counter on it dies, create a 1/1 black slug creature token. Then you can pay blue and a black and sacrifice a slug to draw a card.
Yeah. The slug is ridiculous.
Just wow.
Yeah. You just cover everything in slime, and when it succumbs, then a slug
A
pops
slug
out.
pops
Yay!
Just wow.
Yeah. But like EDH has cards like the Avatar of whatever, no, the not the Avatar, the not the Prelate. What are the damn cards? The black one who makes everybody sacrifice things. Yeah, I know. If I hadn't asked you, you'd have known it right off the bat. What? The Praetors, yes.
Praetors.
Is she a Praetor?
Yes. And I'm blanking on her name.
You and me both. And then there's the Avatar of Woe. No, not Avatar of Woe. That's just kill things. What's the one I'm thinking of? +2/+2 and -2/-2. All of your stuff gets the double buff. All of their stuff gets the double debuff.
Elish Norn. That's
Elish Norn. There we go. Yeah, her too. So, like, something tells me Toxrill is fine.
Yeah, and it's nice that they just get the -1/-1 for the slime counters while Toxrill is out there. That gives a person a nice out to deal with Toxrill, and then their creatures get better.
All right, legendary black. This is killing me.
Yeah, it's something we should all know.
I've got like 5 of her in various decks, but I don't play Magic anymore. Upkeep, sacrifice, return. That should find it. Sheoldred.
Sheoldred, wow.
There we go. But yeah, like everyone just loses a creature every turn, and you get one back every turn. And then there's, weirdly enough, the other card that comes up under Black Legendary Creature, Upkeep, Sacrifice, Return, in the text box, is Akuda, Born of Ash. And Elish Norn is massively board warping. So, like, I don't think this is going to break Commander or anything, like, of course, you know, Doomsayers say, but it's really good.
Like in our multiplayer group, this would just be dumb.
Yeah, it reminds me more of Midnight Banshee.
Oh, that's the other one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Except that hit your stuff too.
Well, I think it just puts counters on non-black creatures, right?
Oh, was it non-black? Okay, maybe that's what it was. Midnight Banshee. It is non-black. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily hit your stuff because you're probably playing black. If you're playing Midnight Banshee, who costs 3 black and 3. Oh, she has a community rating of 5 out of 5 with 0 votes. I think she's rigged the system. Why is there still a community rating if it doesn't work?
I don't know. It probably hasn't worked in like 10 years.
Yeah. And, like, I don't understand. Like, they have people that fix things, right? Surely they've got people that work at WotC that could fix some of these problems with their official card database. But I guess it took until there was a giant stink to remove, you know, the racist card by the racist guy. So we should make a giant stink about the community rating not working. So then maybe someone will fix it in 2 years. But anyway, Toxrill, I really like Toxrill. Like a lot. Like a lot.
Yeah.
Because he is not adorable in any way.
Quite the opposite. He's
Exactly. But I love it. I love it so much. I have a thing for covering the world in slime. Wait. Anyway. Moving on. What do we have in red?
a Maniform Hellkite.
That sounds cool. What's that do?
So for 2 and 2 red, it's a 4/4 dragon with
Okay.
flying.
Okay.
Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX red dragon illusion creature token with flying and haste, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Exile that token at the beginning of the next end step.
Good lord.
And this doesn't have that, triggers only once this turn, like several other cards in this set do. To
It
control,
does not.
have the balance, so you can really pile on with a bunch of cheap stuff.
Wow.
You just see, like what Mike's talking about is, if you had Storm, if you had Mana Acceleration, if you had all that stuff, just to be like, I'm gonna spend like 30 mana just to cast spells and all that. Like, oh my gosh, you would have just this stupid number of dragons.
We can always count on Dirk to go to the extreme example.
I mean, if you're gonna go big or go home.
This is an interesting alternate win condition for Storm, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think it would ever work in actual, modern Storm or whatever. Does Modern even have a Storm deck? I don't even know what Modern covers anymore. My brain has shut off. But, like, if you want to build something stormy that's slightly more casual, that seems pretty baller.
Yeah.
Or it's even just more finishing power in something like a burn deck. When this is out, you can use your burn to clear the board and still do damage to the face. Because now you have dragons that punch them in the face.
As your fleet of dragons come flying over, Ride of the Valkyrie style.
Flight of dragons. Demonetized. Oh. Okay, more mythics. Oh, look, here's another cemetery card. So we're missing a blue one and a red one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the Cemetery Prowler. Oh, he's a good
Did we
boy.
talk about this one last week?
No?
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't recognize it.
I feel like I've seen the art before.
Well, it's because he's a good boy. For one red. Blah, blah, blah. His eyes are red. It threw me off. For one green. It's a 3/4 mythic wolf with vigilance. 3/4 for 3. Okay. When Cemetery Prowler enters the battlefield or attacks, exile a card from a graveyard. Oh. And spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each card type they share with cards exiled with Cemetery Prowler. Oh, wow, okay. So the white one makes dudes. The black one
Kill stuff.
only has the 2 effects. Because it only happens when it enters the battlefield or dies. But you get to kill stuff. And twice for the card. So I guess that's fine. And then the green one continually eats cards and makes your stuff cost less.
Well, he is a good boy.
Right? Nice. Okay then. I like the good boy. He's a good boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Well, just a little bit below that is the Cultivator Colossus,
Oh Lord.
which that card looks very interesting.
Plant
So for
beast.
4 and 3 green, so a grand total of 7, it's a star plant beast
Plant
that
beast.
has trample. And you're going star. Oh boy, this sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Cultivator Colossus power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. All right. When Cultivator Colossus enters the battlefield, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. If you do, draw a card and repeat this process.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Huh.
So if you've got a bunch of land clump on hand, play this card, and you won't have land clump anymore.
Wow. Granted, when
Yeah.
you get to 7 mana to cast it, you probably don't have that many lands handy, unless you're doing shenanigans, in which case you've got all the lands handy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or unless you're doing shenanigans where it's just jumping onto the battlefield without you having to cast it.
It does say enters the battlefield. What the hell?
Yeah.
So if you've got like 2 extra lands in hand, you play him. So you play him. You play your card. So you play your land. You draw a card, and then you can go. All right, I'm gonna play a land. Draw another card,
Well, no, no,
and
no,
if
no.
one of
Don't
those is a land,
not play
play
a
it.
land.
And
You just if you use the effect to put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. That's important.
Okay.
Words mean things, Dirk. So yeah, in your scenario, you play your Colossus, and you go, "I will put a land from my hand onto the battlefield tapped," and then you draw a card, and you're like, "Oh, I will repeat the process," and then you draw a
hopefully
card,
draw a bunch of cards.
and if you found another one in those 2 cards, you do it again, and if you didn't, you've got 2 extra lands and drawn 2 cards, so shut up. Along with your probably 9/9 with trample now. Huh. Yeah, that's a hoss right there, plant beast.
Yeah. Who's a pretty boy? My giant thing that goes and makes itself bigger every time I play a land.
And look, break a piece off. He's made of celery. Ew, celery. Let's see. Okay, that's it for mythics there. Are there any in multicolored other than Livia? There are not. Okay.
Okay.
How about artifacts? Nope. How about lands? Nope. Oh, double faced. Okay. Oh God, Mike, Faithbound Judge.
Oh, Faithbound Judge. I saw this on Facebook the other day.
Somehow I knew this was one of them you saw.
Yeah. It's awesome. Faithbound Judge is a double-faced spirit soldier. Costs 1 white. It's a 3 mana for a 4/4 with Defender, Flying, and Vigilance. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Faithbound Judge has 2 or fewer judgment counters on it, put a judgment counter on it. And as long as Faithbound Judge has 3 or more judgment counters on it, it can attack as though it didn't have Defender.
It's very strange that you stop at 3.
Yeah. I guess because it doesn't really matter past that point. So they're just saving you the trouble of keeping track of it, since it doesn't matter at all.
That makes sense, I guess.
But it also has Disturb. It has a Disturb cost of 5 white, so a Disturb cost of 7. And what we have on the other side is a Mythic Aura Curse. So it has enchant player. It's called Sinner's Judgment. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a judgment counter on Sinner's Judgment. Then, if there are 3 or more judgment counters on it, enchanted player loses the game.
Huh.
And it has that tag, if this would go into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead.
Donovan Bain said, "What a horrible night to, you know the rest." Cause it's a curse. Get it? It's a Castlevania joke.
Yes.
I really like the art on the back on Sinner's Judgment. Like this poor demon thing. Damn. But yeah, hell yeah, we've got hiccup. We've got an alternate win condition.
Yeah. It's great. I like it.
Yeah, I even like the front side. Like 4/4 with flying and a 4/4 with flying for 3 mana with even with defender, like that's solid. That it's going to take a hot minute to get through that. And then after 2 turns, it's like, "Oh wait, I can punch people now." Oh. Or I guess 3 turns, sorry. Needs 3 or more counters.
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh. All right then." And then it starts dropping the big elbow. And then your opponent finally deals with it, and later you're like, blam! And you put them on a clock. So it's neat.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah. Anything else mythic-y in the double-faced? Oh, here's one. Henrika? How the hell do you say that? I know Henrietta, but this one my brain refuses to parse it.
Henrika, I think you had it right the first time.
Henrika? I don't like the Henrika. That doesn't sound right. Henrika Dumnothi for 2 black. I haven't seen this card. Is a 1/3 legendary mythic vampire. 1/3, okay, with flying, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Oh god. Each player sacrifices a creature. Cool. You draw a card and you lose 1 life. Very cool.
Cool.
And transform Henrika Dumnothi. Okay. Let us transform her. And we get Henrika Infernal Seer, who is a 3/4 with flying, death touch, and lifelink. Do those numbers sound familiar? Numbers. Those are words, idiot. Do those numbers sound familiar? Flying, death touch, and lifelink? Hang on. I'll be okay.
Listen, you smell that?
And then for 1 black, she says each creature you control with flying, death touch, and or lifelink gets +1/+0 until end of turn. What the hell, dude? Okay, I really like her. She's fun. Once you've tasted demon blood, you'll wonder why you ever settled for human. Wow. And since, vampires love flying or death touch and or lifelink, she's almost like a vampire lord. And even the front side is really freaking nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Make everyone sack a creature, yourself included. Don't forget that. And card draw, and then turn into this monstrosity. Or just player and next turn transformer, because... Oh, God, no! She says beginning of combat! So you could get a Henrika Infernal Seer when you play her.
Let's go.
Buh. Okay, we're going to scroll away from that card, because it scares me. What else? Oh, we did the volatile arsonist. Arsonist. I don't know why that word became a different accent last week. Oh, here's a green card.
So the Ava Brook?
Wait, that's a place, right?
Yeah, Averbrook. Yeah.
Averbrook. Okay, yeah.
The Avabrook Caretaker for 4 and 2 green is a 4/4 human werewolf with hexproof. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put 2 +1/+1 counters on another target creature you control and has daybound.
Cool.
So when it goes to night, you have a nightbound werewolf. That's the Howl Hinge Huntmaster. Hollow Hinge.
There we go.
There you go. Hollow Hinge Huntmaster. There's too many H's for me. So that is a 6/6 werewolf with hexproof. Other permanents you control have hexproof.
Ugh.
At the beginning of combat on your turn, put 2 +1/+1 counters on another creature
No.
you can on each creature you control.
Yeah.
Oh, including this one. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. She becomes a terrifying, horrible monster. I like the way her puppy apparently grew up too.
Yeah.
She got the little wolf pup here.
Yeah, got 2 +1/+1 counters.
Oh, that'll do it. Yeah. Oh, they grow up so fast.
Gosh, yeah. And then when it switches back to day, yeah, this
2
keeps
+1/+1 counters on
and it's
another
enormous.
target creature.
Mhm. But since the night side puts counters on itself too, it's still gonna be huge when it flips back to day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, in the Discord, I think it was in the Discord. Ah, yeah. Stark said, I would like to submit what I think are the 7 scariest words in Magic. Hexproof. Other permanents you control have hexproof. And I went, there's no way they put that on a card. And then I read the card, or I read literally that much of the card, and I went, Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, there is a way around it by forcing a time change to shut that off.
Thank goodness. Because, buh. But yeah, if you can, I mean, luckily she costs 6 and requires, it to be night.
Yeah.
Which means someone has to cast no spells during their turn. But still, buh. Just disgusting. Ugh. And, we're out of mythics. All right. Well, chat was requesting a curse earlier.
I think it was
Curse of Hospitality.
the red rare one.
Yeah. Oh, look, a red rare enchantment. What could go wrong?
Yeah, red rare enchantments, everybody. But this is actually a good one. For 2 and a red, it's a rare curse. That enchants a player, of course. Creatures attacking enchanted player have trample. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to enchanted player, that player exiles the top card of their library. Until end of turn, that creature's controller, meaning the person controlled the creature that clonked player, that creature's controller may play that card, and they may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell.
Huh. That's brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the art is amazing. Who's that? Dominic Mayer. This is good. Like the art. I mean, the card is neat.
Yeah.
But the art is blowing me away. I was like, has Seb McKinnon changed up his style? No.
That's what I assumed. That it was a Seb McKinnon special. I was like, nope, that's not him.
So that's awesome. Hell yeah, find more artists like that. Thank you. Thank you, WotC art directors.
Oh man, I just like sat on the volume controls for my headphones and maxed it out for a second. Ouch. Okay, it's back to normal now.
My bad.
No, that was all my bad.
Jesus. Yeah, okay, yeah, that card is something. And like you give your creatures trample so that there's more chance of them dealing combat damage so you can steal more things. And even if you can't steal the stuff, they just don't get it.
Yeah.
Because it's exiled. Doesn't go to their
You remember
graveyard.
back in the day when there were hardly any effects that gave trample, and we would like kill to find any effect that could give our creatures trample.
Oh yeah, like how many Gruul Warplows do we all own among all of us?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus. And Brawn? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then. That card's cool. Thank you, chat.
There's the Headless Rider in black.
Oh, I saw a picture of that. I haven't read the card, but the art, look at this. He's not a headless. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's 6.
There's 5
He's got
heads.
6. They're not his, though. I think he's just using them.
Let's find out. So for 2 and a black, the Headless Rider is a 3/1. Whenever Headless Rider or another non-token zombie you control dies, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So essentially, he goes, and if something dies, he takes its head and makes it and then turns it into a zombie.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, he takes the head, and the rest of it gets back up. It's like, I told you what would happen if you failed. Give me that. Now get back out there. Oh, sorry. Pardon me. Excuse me. Yeah, but I mean, he makes all your not token zombies replace themselves. Himself included. Like, if he was just a 3/1 that said when this dies you get a 2/2, I'd be like, good card. Not rare,
Yeah,
but
not
good
rare,
card.
but-
But yeah, since he does that for all your zombies, yeah, that's great. I like that. Oh man, this was just posted in the Discord earlier. Look at the art for Hero's Downfall. Like, Hero's Downfall is a reprint.
Mhm.
1 black instant, destroy target creature, planeswalker. We know that, but I love this art, which gives me hiccups apparently. Which shows an arm dropping a sword, and that's it. But in the background, you see the shadow of what's happening, which is someone getting ripped to shreds by a vampire. Turns out that someone is Audric, poor bastard.
Oh, Chandra.
I don't think he's in the card image gallery yet. Let's see.
Oh, he has a card in this set too.
Yeah, and he's a monster now.
Dang.
Yep, after surviving all this time, spoiler alert, I guess, he didn't make it.
That is sad.
Is it though? You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Technically, he's doing both. Look at that. Audric could not just do one or the other. Because I think he's a vampire.
I mean, that's what the flavor text here says.
Tell you what, we're just going to pull it up. Right here for everybody. If the site will load. All right, I don't know what MTG Rocks is, but that's the link that I had in the Discord. Oh, it was previewed on Polygon. Okay, maybe they've got it. Oh, yeah, here we go. How does this look on the screen? Looks like crap. Hang on. There we go. Here you go, dorks.
Thank you.
Nope, that's not you. Where are you, dorks? There you are. So yeah, we've got Odric as a vampire. Look at that art. That's baller. And he is Odric Blood Cursed. For one, a red and a white. Hey! He's a 3/3 legendary vampire soldier. And he's rare. And he says, when Odric Blood Cursed enters the battlefield, create X blood tokens, where X is the number of abilities from among this list, which I'll read in a second, found among creatures you control. Count each ability only once. And the abilities are Flying, First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Trample, Vigilance. So yeah, there are 12. So you count up which ones you have on your dudes and get that many blood tokens, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Didn't he do things with abilities in his most recent iteration?
I think both of the other times he's been printed, he's been at Yay abilities. Aren't there already 2 versions of him?
Yeah, let's go look.
I think they're both Yay abilities.
Let's see here. Which one was first? Master Tactician. No, his first one was when Odric Master Tactician and at least 3 other creatures attack. You choose which creatures block and how those creatures block.
Oh, I remember that now. You're right.
And then Lunarch Marshal says creatures you control gain first strike. At the beginning of each combat, creatures you control gain first strike if a creature you control has first strike. The same is true for Flying, Death Touch, Double Strike, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Skulk, Trample, and Vigilance. So there were 13 there because of Skulk. And that was in... which Innistrad is this? Not Commander Legends. Shadows over Innistrad, yeah. And the original one was M13. Right, he wasn't in first Innistrad. He was in M13. I'd forgotten that too. Damn. He had presence in Innistrad, though. Nope, Odric's Outrider is in Midnight Hunt. Never mind. But okay, then. Good old Odric. Yay, abilities. It's good to know that even in Undeath, he's still staying true to himself, you know, except for the eating people thing. I really like both of these arts, though. Like, if you scroll down, you can see... oh, if you click on them, they get full screen. Oh, that is beautiful. Because he looks just like Odric, except his eyes are red, and he's got fangs.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fancy art is very much vampire. Blah. You know, I like the subtlety of the non-variant art better, I think. Look at that.
Yeah, it's good.
Sean Connery looking mother. I mean, what? Okay, then. Yay! I mean, poor Odric, but yay! At least he's cool. So, let's see here. What are we doing now? What y'all want to talk about? Oh, let's find something with Cleave.
The Alchemist Gambit.
Alka, that is red?
In red.
Okay, what's that do? Oh, this
One
one.
and
Jesus.
For 1 and 2 red. It has Cleave of 4, 2 blue, and a red. Take an extra turn after this one. during that turn, damage can't be prevented. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. So it cleaves that word off. Exile Alchemist Gambit.
Yeah, so for 3 mana, it's a Final Fortune that says... Actually, it's not even a Final Fortune, because it says at the beginning of that turn's end step, which I don't think Final Fortune kills you then, does it? I can't remember.
Pretty sure.
Oh, okay. But, so for 3 mana, it's a Final Fortune that says damage can't be prevented. But for 7 mana, it's just take an extra turn, and damage can't be prevented. So that's cool. Oh, yeah, gotta fix the screen. Stupid Magic website being off center and stuff. Thank you. So, yeah. Alchemist Gambit is, something.
Definitely is that.
I mean, especially in Limited, like, how many times have we had that, you know what, if I had one more turn, you'd be dead right now.
Yes.
But I'm gonna die, so damn. And so just having, you know, an Alchemist Gambit as a possibility for your deck is fine. It's probably not worth the inclusion in the main, but you know, as a sideboard card, you might throw it in as a, depending on, you know, what your opponent's doing. But if you're playing slowy control-y deck, well then, yeah, hell, just throw it in the main. Why not? Alright, what else has cleave? Oh, here's one. Path of Peril. For 1 black, it's a rare sorcery that says destroy all creatures with a mana value 2 or less. That's actually not bad.
Yeah, I like that.
What is... That's, Nope, never mind. And then its cleave is 4 a black and a white. And it says destroy all creatures. Buh.
Yeah. So that's good stuff for on both ends for a control deck, because the regular version is kind of like an Infest variant, not quite, but close.
Close. It definitely wipes out all the tokens and all the early game nonsense. So, yeah. And then the cleave cost is a big-ass Wrath.
Yes.
But it costs more because it's on a card that's useful for other things. So making it cost more feels right. And then right next to it, there's Parasitic Grasp. This is the kind of cleave card I like. Like, it's not a big, rare thing. It's not a giant shift. Parasitic Grasp says for 1 and a black instant, Parasitic Grasp deals 3 damage to target human creature. You gain 3 life. So 2 mana, kill a human, drain 3 life out of a human. All right. But for cleave is 1 black, and the word human is removed. So for 1 extra mana, it ignores the human thing. And that's just good. Like, it's...
Yeah.
The way to look at it is it costs 3, but it's cheaper against humans.
Yeah, the uncommon cards with cleave are really cool. I like them all.
Ooh, this is literally the first one I've seen.
There's another one further up in black, Dread Fugue. Costs 1 black for a sorcery. Target player reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it with mana value 2 or less. That player discards that card. But the cleave is 2 and a black, and it takes out the with mana value 2 or less part.
Oh yeah, that is good.
So it's either a tiny Inquisition of Kozilek or a Coercion when you want it.
Yeah, that's... Huh! You're right. Yeah,
And,
these uncommon ones are
and
good.
there's some in blue too.
Ooh, what's in blue?
Wash Away is basically the set's version of, cancel with the set mechanic, where it's an instant for a single blue, it's uncommon, that says counter target spell that wasn't cast from its owner's hand. But
Ooh.
the cleave cost is 1 blue, and that turns it into counter target spell.
Oh, you're right. It is cancel.
Yeah, so it's cancel, or it's cheaper against shenanigans.
Yeah, or it's a super bonus against shenanigans. I really like as much, even though it's a counterspell and I hate it by design. Like I really like the design of that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Ooh, Dirk.
Sure.
Check out Winged Portent in blue here. It just feels like a Dirk card.
Winged Portents. So for 1 and 2 blue, it's a rare instant with cleave of 4 green-blue. Draw a card for each creature you control, but it adds in text with flying.
Wow, Dirk managed to make that really confusing. So
I know.
for
Draw
3
a card
mana,
for
it's
each
draw a
creature
card for
with
each.
flying you control.
There we go.
So you can just cut out the with flying and just say draw a card for each creature you control.
Yeah, 4, twice the price, including another color.
Yeah, this is interesting because this is basically a card for 2 different decks.
It is.
For the regular one, you're more aggressive, have a bunch of little flyers. For the big one, you have the swarm that you just want to reload on late in the game.
Yeah, I like this card. Plus, it's blue and green and has lots of draw cards.
The card is in this deck somewhere.
Do what?
It's the card for the win condition is in this deck somewhere. I just need to draw it.
Oh, and the flavor text. No, it's just a murder of crows, not an omen of murder. I think. Huh. All right, what else? I'm interested in the cleave thing now. Okay, here's one. Lunar Rejection. Lunar Rejection. That's a sad thing. The moon called. Nah. For 1 and a blue, it's an instant. Return target wolf or werewolf creature to its owner's hand. Draw a card. Yeah, okay. And then the cleave is 3 and a blue, and it cuts out wolf or werewolf. So it's just return target creature to its owner's hand. Draw a card. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I dig that. That's cool. Man, I'm so glad that they were able to do something neat with cleave rather than like the first card we read with cleave was dig up, which has 2 things to cut out and you have to read it like 3 times. So like, wait.
Uh-huh.
And then the second one we read was the oh wait, no, Demonic Bargain. That's we read that one last week too. What's the one that we read last week that's the tutor? Oh, that was dig up.
Yeah, that was dig up.
See what I mean? In my brain, it was 2 cards. Jesus. So you remember we had that, this is a common, but this is insane. We had that little toughness sub-theme.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the last row of black.
Yeah.
The Unhallowed Phalanx. For 4 and a black is a common zombie soldier that enters the battlefield tapped. But it's a 1/13. Buh. Speaking of, as chat was saying earlier, butts. Yes, look at these butt. And the flavor text is, in case any of you new recruits were wondering, this is why we don't use mass graves anymore. And that's by Karen of the Mausoleum Guards. But yeah, like, even ignoring the toughness sub-theme, a 113, your opponent's never getting through that with combat.
No.
Unless there's death touch involved. But when you throw in things like, oh, what was it? It was Geralf.
It was Geralt.
So now you can turn that into a 13-13 flying zombie. What was the other? There was something else.
There's a few other things, if I don't remember right now.
Yeah, I don't either. But like, damn. Oh, hey, Mike, here's a card that can kill you, even though it's not a demon.
Which one is that?
The Graph Reaver in black. That's a cool name, Graph Reaver.
Yeah. For this one in a black, it's a 3/3 zombie warrior. It's rare and it has exploit. When Graph Reaver exploits a creature, destroy target planeswalker.
That is gross.
Yeah. At the beginning of your upkeep, Graph Reaver deals 1 damage to you.
It's like your standard old-fashioned fast black creature. Look at it.
Yeah, it's a little carnophage.
Yeah. That can sometimes kill planeswalker.
Mm-hmm.
I like this card. There's a... Oh my god, are you serious?
Oh, that's right. I thought I remember seeing something like that. I couldn't remember where it was.
Yeah, 14 just said there's a black-green uncommon Doran. And
That's
yeah,
right, it's uncommon.
the Ancient Lumberknot. 2 black-green for a 1/4 Treefolk. That is uncommon. It says each creature you control with toughness greater than its power assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Oh my god.
It's good that it does that so it doesn't like accidentally make your creatures worse sometimes. It's
That
like,
is
I'm
the
a
thing
4/2.
I've always
It's
hated.
like, nope, you're a 2/2.
Yeah, that's the
Dang.
thing I've always hated about Doran. Is every once in a while that backfires. But like Ancient Lumberknot, wow. Thanks, buddy. And look, if their stats are square, then it switches them. Your 3/3 is like, no, I'm a 3/3. Anyway. Oh yeah, is there anything cool going on here in the multicolored cards? I have not looked at any of these. There's a card called Old Rutstein.
I know that's a character that showed up in flavor text back in the day. So here he finally is.
Rutstein. Buh. Okay, what's that do, Mike? It's black and green, and I see the word mill, so, you know.
Yes, Ol Rutstein is a legendary human peasant. Costs 1, a black and a green for a 1/4. Has a bunch of words. When Ol Rutstein enters the battlefield, or at the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. If a land card is milled this way, create a treasure token. If a creature card is milled this way, get a 1/1 green insect. If a non-creature, non-land card is milled this way, get a blood token. So he's always got something to trade.
That's, wait, land is treasure, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Creature is insect, that makes sense. Anything else is blood. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Good old Rutstein. Stein. You know this guy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, and there's like a uncommon exploit lord in Skull Scab.
Exploit Lord. Okay, what's that do?
For a blue and a black, it's a 2/2 zombie with exploit. Whenever a creature you control exploits a non-token creature, you get a 2/2 zombie.
Huh. That's... Wait. Oh, he is a creature you control. Okay, never mind.
Yes.
I was like, wait, what does he do when he explodes? I'm dumb. It took me a minute, but I got there. All right, chat. Is there anything awesome that's in the card image gallery already that we're missing? Oh, there's an artifact called Dollhouse of Horrors. I don't even know if I want to read this card because it's called Dollhouse of Horrors.
Yeah.
All right. 5 mana, artifact rare. Pay 1 and tap and exile a creature card from your graveyard to create a token that's a copy of the exiled card. Except it's a 0/0 construct artifact in addition to its other types, and it has this creature gets +1/+1 for each construct you control. And it gains haste until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Oh my god, the more dolls there are, the stronger they get. It's like every game that has mannequins in it. They're there to scare you.
That's a heck of a bunch of stuff to remember. It probably won't be too hard to keep track of. Since you're exiling the card, you can use them as reference for the tokens.
Yeah. That is weird.
Yeah. It's fun.
It is fun. It's a little scary. And then eventually it becomes a lot scary.
Oh, I really like the way the card next to it is put together. The boarded window.
Okay, what's that?
So boarded window is an artifact that costs 3. It's uncommon. Creatures attacking you get -1/-0. At the beginning of each end step, if you were dealt 4 or more damage this turn, exile boarded window.
Wow, because they broke through.
Yes.
That's really good. Like, flavor-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Sturdy nails make for sound sleep. Wow, the flavor on that is awesome. Oh, Al said the ghost kitty. Al, I need more than that. I don't know what the hell the ghost kitty is.
It's one of the double-faced cards. It's one of the disturb things.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think it's in green. No, it's in blue. Never mind.
It's in blue. Oh, this. Okay, yeah. This is adorable. The mischievous Catgeist. Catgeist. For 1 and a blue, it's a 1/1 uncommon cat spirit. And when it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. And it's the ghost of a cat, a kitty, playing with a ghostly ball of... Apparently the ball of yarn died with it, because it's also got the blue shimmer of a spirit. So, however the poor kitty died, it died with its yarn, so it's not all bad. Oh, and the flavored text says, I never get any knitting done, but I don't entirely mind. And that's Lorne, the Lamholt innkeeper. Aww. But it has Disturb of 2 and a blue. And it's Cat-like Curiosity, which is an aura with enchant creature, and says whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, and has the usual exile thing that cards with Disturb have. So it just... I don't know where these hiccups came from. Apologies. But it just gives its ability straight to another creature. Very useful. But none of that matters because it's adorable, and that's the important part. Duh. Oh yeah, is there anything cool down here? There's concealing curtains. Something tells me I don't want to flip that over. Hey, Dirk, you read it.
Which one is it?
It's in black double face cards. Concealing curtains.
Concealing curtains. For 1 black, it's a rare wall with defender. That's a 0/4. For 2 and a black, transform concealing curtains. Activate only as a sorcery. So before we do this, specifics were kept secret. But word quickly spread that the show was a must-see because it turns into the revealing eye,
Oh, God.
which is an eye horror that is a 3/4 with menace. When this creature transforms into revealing eye, target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, that player discards that card, then draws a card.
I like this a lot.
Yeah, that's useful. Plus, you get a 3/4 with menace.
Yeah. And if
Just
it's
on
later
top
in the
of that.
game, it's just 4 mana to get here, which is good.
Yeah. I do like that it's a 1-mana 0/4 wall with defender. Like, that takes me back. Then it becomes an eye horror. It is definitely an eye horror. This looks like a piece of Manta Rock got up and walked away.
Yep.
Eternal Darkness reference. By the way, if you're not watching the Eternal Darkness videos on youtube.com/themanapool, I don't know what you're doing with your life. It's such a good game. Mike, it holds up.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like, even though each episode that you've done, is between 45 minutes to an hour long, depending, it seems like it goes pretty quickly.
Yeah. The first,
And I think you are right about blue actually being easy.
I think 2 of them were right at half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of them have been longer. And the one that I didn't manage to get posted today is like an hour and 7 minutes. I cut everything I could.
Mm-hmm.
I got like 14 minutes off of it because it was a lot of footage. But
Wow.
But that means there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, I cut out a lot of the backtracking and all of that. So it's tighter, but it's still really long because there's a lot of stuff happening. Anyway, sorry, back to Magic. I'm playing Eternal Darkness on stream and then putting it on YouTube in case anyone hasn't picked up on that. And it's so good. Oh my God, look at the Alluring Suitor. I don't care what the card does. I kind of want his body.
Well, he's doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 and a red, he's a 2/3 uncommon vampire. When you attack with exactly 2 creatures, transform Alluring Suitor. And the flavor text is, "May I have this dance?" But he's a very handsome, as Mom would say, vampire. He's holding like a bouquet of roses and in one hand and holding the other hand out to you. And he's looking directly at the camera. So you're like, oh. So what's on the back? Oh, God. The back is Deadly Dancer. A 3/3 with trample. When this creature transforms into Deadly Dancer, add red. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. And you can pay red to give Deadly Dancer and another target creature +1/+0 until end of turn. Oh, I get it. So so ideally you want the two creatures attacking to be the suitor and someone else.
Yes.
So they attack, and then he transforms, and then you can use your red to pump them up. Or, because you don't lose mana as steps and phases end until the end of the turn, you can just hold that to cast, like, as mana acceleration to cast something that costs more mana than you used to have.
Yeah.
At the end of your turn, or after combat. Or to cast an extra thing. You know, things you do with extra mana. You know how extra mana works. You've played Magic.
Right.
And if you haven't, why are you listening to the Magic podcast? That's weird. Come back when we do a non-Magic episode.
And the fancy variant version of Alluring Suitor is also very handsome.
Oh, is he handsome too?
Mm-hmm.
All right, hang on. That double face card's separate here too?
Yes.
Oh my, he's an entirely different flavor of handsome. Is that like if you took Idris Elba and Jeffrey Wright and Jeffrey Wright? Is that his name? And smashed them together? What's the Deadly Dancer look like? Oh my! That should be Dirty Dancer. Why, hello there. Anyway. All right, chat. What else should we should we not miss this week? Oh my God, Dirk! Did you see in green in Double Face the Ulvenwald Oddity?
Yes. The Ovenwald Oddity for 2 and 2 green. It's a 4/4 moose wolf bear. I mean, beast. It's a rare beast. That's a moose wolf bear.
He's not wrong. It is definitely a moose.
It definitely looks like a moose wolf bear. Has trample and haste, and for 5 and 2 green, transform Ovenwald Oddity, and it turns into a moose wolf bear horror because it's the Ovenwald Behemoth. So it's a beast horror that's an 8/8 with trample and haste, and says other creatures you control get +1/+1 and have trample and haste.
This card is insane. Just as far as like the art and what it does. Oh, and the flavor text on the front says, obviously it's dangerous, but I've never seen anything like it. This could be an entirely new species. I say we follow it. And that's Helana, Kessig Ranger. And on the back it says, we've learned enough. I say we run. And that's Alina, Kessig Trapper. It's like, nope.
She is also not wrong.
It's got a mouth and tentacles in its torso. I'm going home. But
I
yeah,
vote for it. Run!
I love this card. Moose Wolf Bear. Nothing less than ill when we're dressed to kill. Kill for real in this case. Oh, if you're looking for a handsome vampire, suggest looking up Markov Waltzer. Okay, who's Markov Waltzer? Is that a Markov Purifier? Is that in what color is that? Control F, WALT. Oh, it's not here yet. Apparently, it's not in the card image gallery yet. Curses. Oh well. Okay, remind me next week. We will look up the Markov Waltzer, because I'm always up for more handsome. That's a Watch Wolf. In double face cards, the child of the pack. Mm-hmm. Look, it's a little girl riding a Watch Wolf. Just art wise, I'm saying it's literally the art from Watch Wolf with the little girl on the back.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Child of the Pack is a 2 red and a green for a 2/5 human werewolf, who is daybound, of course. And for 2 a red and a green, you can create a 2/2 wolf creature token. Hey! Her face shines with youthful innocence. All right, what's the night side look like? Savage Packmate, because of course. With who's a 5/5 with trample. It says other creatures you control get +1/+0. And the flavor text on the back is her claws are another matter. Wow. That escalates quickly. Huh. Do you want a link for Markov Waltz? Yeah, why not? I can't wait till next week to see more handsome vampires. Handsome. My mom's a weird person, in case anyone hasn't figured this out yet. Markov Waltzer. Okay. Zoom in a bit. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, he's cute. For 2 a red and a white, he's a 1/3 vampire. Uncommon. With flying and haste. Ooh. At the beginning of combat on your turn, up to 2 target creatures you control each get +1/+0 until end of turn. Look, another dancing reference. And the flavor text is, I'll lead. Oh my. Is there another version? Doesn't, if there is, it's not listed here anywhere. I still think the Alluring Suitor is prettier, but you're right. I dig that there's another dancing mechanic here. Seriously? Whoops. Thank you for that link. Oh, there's some legendary double face cards here. Huh. Hey, Dirk, you want to read Dorothea or Runo?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, Dorothea.
Wait, did we read her?
I want to say yes. The vengeful.
Oh, yeah, she's the Geist of St. Traft thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then read Runo then. Runo.
Is that the top?
What? No, he's right next to her. Runo Stromkirk.
Okay. Runo Strongkirk for 1 blue black. It's a legendary creature, vampire cleric. That's rare, and is a 1/4 with flying. When Runo Strongkirk enters the battlefield, put up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library.
Ooh.
At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card if it's a creature card with mana value 6 or greater. Is revealed this way, transform Runo Strongkirk. And when he transforms into a legendary creature, Kraken Horror.
Jesus!
That is Crothus, Lord of the Deep. Crothus?
What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
I did not see that coming at all. I'm not even gonna lie.
That is a 3/5 with flying. And whenever Crothus, Lord of the Deep, attacks, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of another target attacking creature. If that creature is a kraken, leviathan, octopus, or serpent, create 2 of those tokens instead.
Are you serious? That's hilarious. Wow. They just printed that for Commander, right? They're like, here you go, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know what people who play Tidal Kraken in Commander need? They need 3 Tidal Krakens.
Yep.
And you know what? They were right. I really was expecting some kind of vampire thing. I was not expecting the Lord of the freaking Deep. Yeah, that legit caught me off guard. But even if you ignore the, tentacled animal symmetry or synergy, he still makes extra attackers, which is really cool. I don't know how you're gonna flip him reliably outside of Commander, I'm not gonna lie.
There's lots of creatures with mana value 6 or more.
That you're gonna play, though?
Yeah, this is the plan.
Okay, that's true, yeah. Alright. You got me. I'm just staring at Krothos, Lord of the Deep, and I can't stop. Someone say something. Get me out of here.
Oh, we never finished. We never finished looking at cleave cards.
Oh, I just wanted to get a feel for a few, but if you find some more you want to talk about, then shout them out.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think there's only just 2 more, and I do find both of them interesting.
Okay, what you got?
The other blue one is Inspired Idea, and that's a rare sorcery for 2 and a blue. So for 3 mana, the full text says, draw 3 cards. Your maximum hand size is reduced by 3 for the rest of the game.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so if you really want cards now, it only costs 3 mana, but it's going to mess with your hand size. If you cast another one, it's going to really mess with your hand size. But for a cleave cost of 3 blue, 5 mana, it takes out that maximum hand size stuff. It just turns into draw 3 cards.
That's also really cool.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
And then this other one, in white, that's another one that feels like that it could be a card for 2 different decks. It's Lantern Flare. So it's an instant, and it's a rare. For 1 and a white, it deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life, where X is the number of creatures you control.
Ooh,
but
that's
the
good.
cleave cost is X red-white, and it takes out the text that says X is the number of creatures you control. So instead, it's defined by what you pour into the mana costs.
That's also cool. Oh, wow. I really like this card.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that first one is fine. Like, deal damage to a creature or planeswalker equal to the number of creatures you control, gain that much life. For 2 mana? Yes, please. But then the ability to ignore that and just pay whatever the hell you want. Oh, yeah, I really like that. I also like the art because everyone who's ever played a horror game knows that your flashlight is your only, if you've played indie horror games, your flashlight is your only weapon against all of the things oogity boogity that are going to get you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I really like that. Huh, okay. So were there no more in, like, red or green?
No, not that I saw. I think it's just 1 in each of white, red, and green, and then black and blue have multiples.
Well, fair enough. Plus, this isn't the full set yet, so there might be more. Although you'd think they would have shown those. What in the blue hell is this? So I stopped at the art for Hive Heart Shaman. in green. Speaking of nothing less than ill when we're dressed to kill, look at this dude. This dude is serious. The Hive Heart Shaman for 3 and a green is a rare human shaman who's a 3/5, and he better have something to do with bees because he's covered in bees. Okay, whenever Hive Heart Shaman attacks, you may search your library for a basic land card that doesn't share a land type with a land you control. What? Put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Wow, okay. So he's there to search up your splash?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. That doesn't do anything with bees, though. For 5 and a green, oh, here we go. Create a 1/1 green insect creature token. Put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control. Activate only as a sorcery. There it is. It's covered in B. Huh.
Well, I think that kind of wraps it up for me.
Oh, once we get to covered in bees, Dirk is like, there can be nothing else. Like, what could possibly be better than the man covered in bees? And you know what? He's probably right. So shall we just stop there and pick it up again later?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. It's covered in bees. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
Not the bees.
All right,
All right.
then. So what you got, Dirk?
For my final thought, I'm kind of over the honeymoon period at school. We started the new 9 weeks, and I've already had 3 write-ups so far.
Well,
My
Dirk, if you
favorite
would
ones
behave yourself, you wouldn't get written
Well,
up.
My favorite one was I had 2 students today that they're like, so our school hosted a blood drive. I'm like, awesome. Go if just make sure you get a note coming back. And so they're like, I gave them a note, so they, make sure you sign and get to bring this back. Well, they were gone for most of class. Came back and I was like, yeah, we gave blood and everything. And I was a little suspicious of everything because these are my 2 people that I give them as much credit as I'm willing to give them, but I'm always suspicious because they tend to take my my kindness, and they tend to run all over me with it. And so I asked them, what color was your the bandage that they got on your arm and everything, and they were like, oh, it was black. All they had was purple. They gave out purple bandages. There, and usually you have to have your because of the way it grabs your clothes and everything. Usually you usually have it open so that way you can see. And yeah. And then at the end of the when I had my lunch period, I went to the guys who were running it. I was like, can you check 2 students for me? And they was like, nope, we don't have them at all on here. And I'm going, okay, thank you. So yeah, I definitely wrote them up today. It's that I think that they have this assumption that I'm not going to check behind them, that I'm going to take what they say at face value. And I think I don't think they've caught on to the fact just yet that I am going to actually check. I may not follow you into the bathroom, but I do kind of, occasionally walk into the bathrooms to make sure you guys are not just there smoking or doing something in the bathrooms. Particularly with the guys. I can't really do anything with the girls and everything. But with the guys, I can go and check in occasionally and see, are you actually doing something or did you wander off? And if you wandered off, I'm writing you up for it. Because there's a bathroom literally across the hallway from us. There's no reason you should not be going to that bathroom and doing your business and coming back. And I've already written one up for that one, too.
I mean, there is if they want to go smoke or do something else, Dirk. Duh.
Well, I know that. And then one of the guys came back today, and he just reeked of. My problem is that they make the spray stuff that smells like pot, and so someone reeked of it. But when I walked into the bathroom and smelt, there's nothing there. So I don't know if they came into school today reeking of weed, or if it's just they went somewhere else. But I don't know. They didn't do it during mine, I don't think, because again, they weren't gone very long. Like they were gone for like 2 minutes, and the bathroom didn't reek of it. So, but that's my final thought for tonight. Is I'm definitely over the honeymoon. I'm definitely looking forward to the end of the semester because I'm kind of tired of the group I've got this semester. And that is my final thought for the evening.
Well, fair enough.
So you guys have a wonderful evening, and good night, everybody.
Night, sir.
All right.
You notice Dirk has taken to using his final thoughts to complain about his students.
Yes.
Do they make spray stuff that smells like weed? Is that a thing?
Sure. I'm sure someone does.
Doesn't seem like a very useful product. Unless you're just really trying to get in good with the stoners, but it's not really your thing. Also, Odin's son resubbed earlier for 53 months.
Wow.
Which, as he said, that's a lot of months. That's how Odinson says things. He sounds sort of like Mike. That's a lot of months. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. So what you got, Mike? Other than more work to do tonight.
It's almost 10:30. I'll useless if I try to do anything else. I'm already too tired.
See, I tried to say we don't have to do the show tonight, but no, Mike wanted to do the show.
But I certainly didn't want to do the work.
I was hoping you would. That's what he's. I called Mike earlier. He's like, "Yeah, I can't stay on late because I have more work to do tonight." And it's just, you can tell Brian's already not here. And I was like, I called Mike directly. I'm like, we don't have to do a show tonight, right? If you've got work to do. He's like, well, I don't want to do the work. So I was hoping you would repeat that. So, yes, thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's about it, really. Like, still just been to the movies one time in the past while, so no new movies to talk about.
Oh man, Dune was really
haven't gone
good.
Anywhere else interesting or noteworthy?
Wait, did we talk about Dune last week on the show?
Hanging out and going to work and playing BeatStar on my phone.
I don't know what any of that means. I mean, I know what.
Fun game. It's a.
I know what hanging out
music
means.
Rhythm game.
I mean, I kind of figured that.
It's free to play with microtransactions, and I haven't spent any money yet. But unfortunately, I've kind of hit a wall where I just need more. It's just taking a while to unlock songs in a free way, and getting songs is the way to progress through the levels, because the levels are based on how many stars you've earned from the songs that you have. And I'm in a spot where I've kind of hit a wall because I have 5 stars on all my songs, and now at this point it only takes 1 or 2 plays of a song, unless it's like the hardest difficulty level. It only takes 1 or 2 plays of a song to get 5 stars. So I'm like, well, so now when I play, I just basically like try to improve my scores on other songs and just build up the little coins to get more boxes to unlock to try to get more songs, but it's slow going at this point.
Well, and
but
that's
it's still fun.
intentional so
There's a
that they
lot
would.
of like I don't know who's backing it, but there's just a ton of like good popular songs on there.
Hmm.
So I don't know if there's a particular um, music publishing house behind it or what who's doing the licensing. They have like a ton of for real stuff on there from all over the spectrum.
Let's see here. You said it's called
Like
BeatStars?
one of the like there's three difficulty levels: normal, hard, and extreme. The first extreme song I unlocked was Gangnam Style. So I ended up listening to Gangnam Style a lot, especially the first half of the song. Um, because it took me a while before I could actually finish it. And it's actually like when you listen to it, it's like a legit good banger of a song. It's not just a total gimmick.
It is. I love that song.
So
Okay, here
yeah,
we go. BeatStar.
it also feels like it. It also feels like it has a very like strong structural and thematic similarity to "I'm Sexy and I Know It," which I hadn't thought of before. Listening to Gangnam Style dozens and dozens of times, back to back to back to back. Well, it's like,
Okay. I will
and
say that as much as I've listened to it, I've never listened to it back to back to back to back.
yeah, that's it. Really, I'll just stop there.
Fair enough. You can hear me, right? Mike cannot hear me. Why can't you hear me?
Oh, I couldn't hear you because I'd sat on the volume controls for my headphones again, and this time turned it all the way down.
Like there were you kept like talking over me. Like as I would start, you would continue, and I'd go, "Oh," and I'm like, "That's not like Mike. That's more of a Brian thing." So when you were done, I went, "Well, that's neat. You can't hear me, can you?"
No, there's a little volume control here on the cord of my headphones, and every once in a while it'll just like fall into the space into the little crook between my leg and the couch, and if I shift, it might lean on the buttons and either turn the volume way up like it did earlier in the show or way down like it did just now. So yeah,
So
I just couldn't hear you.
my interjections were, yes, Gangnam Style is actually a good song. Although I can't say I've ever listened to it back to back to back to back to back.
Hmm.
And you say it's called BeatStar.
BeatStar, yes. Yeah, free to play, and my
Trying to
recommendation
find.
is that if you play, don't spend the diamonds that you get from rewards and little daily stuff. Don't spend those on anything other than unlocking new songs. It's not worth it to spend them to speed up unlocking boxes for cards. It's not worth it to spend them on um, picking up in the middle of a song after you fail out, because you'll get better. If you keep at it, trust me. You, it's getting more songs is the key to keeping the rhythm of the overall gameplay going. So don't spend gems on anything other than songs. That's my advice.
Oh, okay. It's owned by Space Ape Limited.
Uh huh.
Wait, no, I'm thinking of something else. Who is Space Ape Games?
I don't know.
They just make
I mean,
mobile
yeah,
games.
that's the logo that pops up every time I start it up, but
Huh. It doesn't
I don't
look
know who
like
they're
it has
working with.
anything to do with BeatStars, the apparently somewhat shady music app. It's like a not Spotify, I think.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
But it doesn't look like it has anything to do with that. Yeah, I was looking to see like who owns it so we could figure out how it has the licenses to all these for a mobile game. Like, I severely doubt they're actually paying for the license for all of these popular ass songs.
Yeah, and the design is really nice and slick and polished, visuals and sound and everything like that. It was very highly professionally made. At least it feels that way.
Nice. Okay, then.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry for talking over you. I just legit could not hear you at all because I sat on the volume control.
I sort of figured. Especially like when I would say something and you wouldn't talk over me, and then you would not respond at all. You would just keep going. I'm like, it's like usually Mike would have something to say about that. Especially when I said, no, really, Gangnam Style's actually good, and you'd been like, yeah, but nah. I love it. So, oh, and 14 finishes puzzle. Yay, we're helpers.
Awesome.
We kept him entertained while he did that. But what have I got going on? Let's see. Over on YouTube, it's alternating. Now, I had a stretch of Halloween where it was just Eternal Darkness videos. But now that we're off of the Halloween thing, I'm alternating back and forth between an It Takes Two video and a Eternal Darkness video. I still have to finish Eternal Darkness, which I'll do that this weekend. I was going to finish it on Halloween, and then I realized it's Halloween. No one's going to be at this stream. Because everyone's either doing Halloween things or doing Halloween things. Like watching scary movies or handing out candy or out with the kids or whatever. I'm like, you know what? I'll just take the night off. And instead, I sat in the living room and watched creepy YouTube videos and thoroughly freaked myself out. And then I shaved off my beard. I had a lot of beard. Like a lot. I shaved like a small cat's worth of hair off of my face, Mike.
Wow.
Because it was getting long again and out of control. But I can't, like, you can't trim it with the beard trimmer because then every hair turns into a hook and it turns into Velcro. And so putting on and taking off a mask is physically painful.
Mm-hmm.
At least for my hair. Like, that's what happens. The beard trimmer turns them all into little hooks. And so every time I'd be like, damn, I need to trim this. Oh, I can't because I got to go dash later. And I just put the mask on, and then taking the mask off is like... So I waited until technically November 1st. It was like 12:05. So just after midnight on Halloween. And I was like, all right, it's November. I don't care anymore. And I got rid of it all except for the goatee as usual. And then the next day it wasn't cool enough. But the next time I walked outside when it was cool and the cool air hit my face, I was like, oh. It was very nice. I'm not one of those weirdos who grows a beard in the winter. No, I want the cool air on my face in the winter. Anyway. So that's what's going on YouTube is, what did I say? It Takes Two with Gothic, which was a really good game. And every time that you would start to maybe get sick of it, of like whatever the mechanic was in the level would end, and it would switch things up entirely. Or the level would continue and they would change things enough to where you weren't sick of it. Like it's the pacing is amazing in that game. And I still highly recommend it to anyone. You only need to buy one copy, because I didn't buy it. Gothic bought it. And I played on the Friends Pass. So I just downloaded the game that I can't play without someone that owns it. But I wasn't gonna play it without Gothic, so yeah. But a couple people in the Discord have said, I'm gonna get this game and play it with my significant other. And I'm like, yes, that's awesome. But it's quality stuff. The story is very... I teared up several times, especially at the end. Oh my god. It gets a little dark, or a lot dark, you're torturing an elephant, but it's a stuffed elephant, so it's not a real elephant. So it's not like creepy. It's still creepy though because you're torturing a stuffed elephant. It's utterly awful. But then you move on and other things happen and it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Gothic's fine. We're fine. It did not scar us it might have scarred me. And then Eternal Darkness, of course, is meant to scar you, so that's good. So that's YouTube. On Twitch, I don't actually know. I've been playing Dead Cells a lot, and I still have to finish Eternal Darkness. I keep having things pop up that make me not stream. Like, let's see. I don't remember what happened Monday. No, I have no memory of what happened Monday. On Tuesday, I had to help Amanda with something, and then yesterday I got 2 flat tires. I knocked out Mike. I knocked off early. I was like, what? I've had more orders, on average for the rest of the each night, the rest of the week. So I'm gonna knock off early. I'm gonna get me a burrito. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna eat the burrito. I'm gonna have my little mini burrito coma, and I'm still gonna, I'm gonna recover in time to stream. Yes, and I got 2 flat tires. After I got my burrito, of course. So my burrito's sitting in the car. It's been cold again. Luckily, when I got it home and opened it up, I just ate it like it was fine. I don't have to have a piping hot burrito. But yeah, it was not good. No, the burrito was good. The flat tires were not good. Luckily, Amanda helped me out changing the tires, or the tire, the one that was real flat. And then by the time I got home, I was tired and cranky, and it was late, and I went, Geez, Chewy, you'll do anything to not stream during the week. I know, right? But as for other things that I'll be streaming, I don't know yet. I have not decided. Want to play some more old stuff? Because a lot of these old games are just like, hey, let's play this for a couple hours, and then we either beat it or we get close enough to beating it to where we don't care, like any given NES game. I also need to figure out how MAME works properly so I can actually play some of these arcade games.
Mm-hmm.
I found out that there's an insert coin button and you can't do anything until you put in a coin. Like an arcade machine.
Uh-huh.
But then I played until I died, and I tried to insert another coin, and nothing happened. And I tried to hit the one player start button, and nothing happened. And I'm like, and then the timer ran out, and I was like, I don't have the bandwidth for this right now. But yeah, Mike, you know what I want to do? Or what sort of games I wanna play just for funsies on a whatever night?
What was that?
The classic old arcade beat 'em ups.
Oh yeah, good.
Because do you know how many like actually good old arcade beat 'em ups there were?
I feel like quite a number, right?
It's like hundreds.
That were actually good.
Okay, it's like dozens and dozens.
Yeah, it's still a lot.
Yeah, hundreds covers probably, all of them, not the good ones, or not just the good ones, but yeah. So, that's what's going on right now. Is I spent today dealing with the 2 flat tires, which took all day. Because it's a 5-minute job. So 5-minute jobs take all day. That's how life works. Right, Brian? And let's replace the toilet real quick? Yeah, see? If he was here, he'd be like, mm-hmm. Right? He mentioned that on the air, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he went to replace the toilet, and had to replace the entire bathroom floor. Or at least part of the entire bathroom floor. Enough to where it was not a 5-minute job anymore. But anyway. Right, so patreon.com/themanapool to get stuff. I can't find the Patreon. Where's my bookmarks? Mike, you know how you said you're too tired? I think I am also too tired. Here we go. So, let me just thank the Mythic Lifeguards and we'll stop. So, let me thank Violet Moon, Team You Hellas Are You, Stan, Scuzzo, PJ McMullen, Gothic Man, Mr. Dr. Lewis, Mike. Didn't sneeze. Kim Ho, Casey, John Parker, Jason Kaus, Jason Doan. People named Jason. Jake Jansons, Connor Kennedy, Cody Buckowing, Andrew Hunt, ALK Alters, Al, and the Beastfather, Aaron Goodwine. Hey, look, he's on the bottom if I sort by alphabetical backwards. Nice. And yeah, we're gonna stop now. We've rambled on long enough. This has been episodes without Brian even. Ain't that some stuff? This has been episode 637 of the Mana Pool. Thank you all so very much for joining us. And watch out for Audric. He's a vampire now.